Hi.
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 Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome back to the History Shelf. You probably have almost forgotten who this person is.
I doubt it.
I doubt it.
Once burned into the memory, scarred forever.
Right. So we have a special guest on the History Shelf today. And no, this is not our Marple wrap up.
I'm a special guest.
You're always a special
Oh,
guest.
that's so nice.
You always, just bring a smile to our friends out there in BookTube world. You do. People love Martine.
And they're paid handsomely to do so.
Are they?
Well,
I'm not getting that money.
no.
That should be coming to me.
You've been grandfathered out of that. It's sorry.
Great.
Comes in the form of birthday presents and Christmas presents.
And the fact that she puts up with my thousands of books. That's a gift
yeah.
in itself.
And here we are. So
here, guys, I was going to do a video today, and I am, about not a lot of books here. I've got 6 books I recently picked up from my history book club. As you know, I'm a member of the history book club by mail. I always like to share the books that I'm adding to my collection from history book club. When I was talking to Martine, I'm like, I'm gonna make a quick video, and we have been talking about, gosh, have we heard any more people asking about what happened to the Miss Marple a Month or Marple a Month series, right? So, and of course, the last video where I mentioned it, I'm like, we're gonna get it to you soon, and just more, bleep happens. Life happens.
Peggy's been very busy.
Eh.
I don't even remember what that book is about now, but I'll give a spoiler alert. I was really disappointed by it. I think the adaptations are better. Anyway,
this is the one we're going to be reviewing soon. It turns out I still have a few. I still have 90.
90? You said 60.
I thought the book is 250 pages, and I am at 160. Yes, I did not finish it. I went and looked at my videos, you guys, and we haven't done a Marple a Month wrap up.
Nonsense?
We have not done a wrap up.
I had this so ready for you.
Well, then I was traveling for work, and then I was dealing with some just I don't know, jet lag. I was tired, and Peg just needed a break.
Yeah. So we decided to do this video the day after daylight savings.
Oh, we're all really just trying to
what
function.
is that? Like, you can travel cross country and you got 3 hours or 2 hours difference, and it's fine. But 1 hour just absolutely smacks you on top of the head.
Yeah, it really messes you up. So we just wanted to say that
Peggy's sorry.
I am sorry. She's not. Martina's not guilty.
You're not sorry either.
She's not. She is.
But now I've forgotten.
We're gonna try to get this wrap up of At Bertram's Hotel done by the weekend. So keep an eye out for that. And we haven't forgotten, and we still have Nemesis to go, and the other one, the Sleeping Murder. So we still
the compilation.
So we still have some Marples left for this year, maybe into next year a little bit, and then we'll figure out a game plan for doing the Poirot series as well.
Initially we were doing so well, and this is not to put blame or guilt or anything upon you, because you have been super busy. But I was thinking, with The Haunting in Venice coming out, I still haven't seen it. Peggy's sister says it's...
She says okay, but you can wait to rent it, is what she said. So,
but because it's based on a Poirot Halloween, I believe. I was thinking at the time that we would actually be so far ahead of the game that we could maybe switch things up and talk about the Poirot book that you just got.
Oh yeah, that we can grab. I'll grab. Well, no, I can't grab it. It's the Christmas one, but that's the one written by Sophie Hannah.
But it's Christmas. Never mind. Then maybe we can make that. But there was another one that I thought was a Halloween one, and I thought, oh, we could maybe pull that in. Anyway, didn't happen.
Right.
Maybe the Christmas one.
Maybe we can maybe do a special Hercule Poirot Christmas video.
Yeah.
I sure hope I can make some more fun-themed videos as the holidays arrive.
Well, if you're going to do Poirot, you got to do a mustache.
I would love that.
So...
I would love that.
Whose mustache, though? Because all of the Poirots have different mustaches.
Oh, that's true.
Anyway.
Okay. Well, So we just kind of wanted to, acknowledge that together, and that the fact that you haven't seen Martine on the channel in forever. It's been 2 months since our last wrap up.
I've been living in Florida.
People are probably like, "What happened to Martine? Where is she?" She's
She
right here.
stuffed me in a locker.
No, and she's gonna sit through me reading some boring dust jackets.
I didn't say they were boring.
Actually, there's something exciting, for you guys out there, because I think I'm going to do a giveaway of one of these books, because History Book Club kind of disappointed me when I used one of my very precious credits, because they're like 18 bucks a piece.
Oh, serious?
And here's a tip. If you are a History Book Club member and you do care what type of edition you get, maybe don't order any fiction from History Book Club,
Oh,
because I just saw this and I was like, I'm going to use one of my credits to get the latest book by Jeff Shara, and this
whom
is
you
historic.
love.
I love Jeff
Yeah.
Shara. I like his stuff. A lot of people are like, oh, he's not as good as his dad, who was Michael Shara,
And
who
you
wrote
loved his dad.
the Killer Angels, right? Um, but I've read a lot of his books, and so his latest novel is about Theodore Roosevelt's historical fiction. So I said, let me drop my credit on this, thinking that I would get the big, nice hardcover first edition.
Yeah.
So I didn't, you guys, and so I'm not going to make a fuss with them or anything. I'm just going to give this one away.
She's already written several letters. No, I'm kidding. So they really did kind of screw you.
They did. So
Oh.
they did. So you're probably like, "Hey, Peg, there's nothing. Hey, Peg, there's nothing wrong with this book." Sorry, honey. Um,
Ow, just banged my head on the chair. Anyway.
There's nothing wrong with this book. Well, it's not a standard books. It's my beef. If you follow this channel for years, I don't like book club edition books. The cardboard is cheap. It's cheaper. It's just not very sturdy. But it's a perfectly fine edition now. So I recognize that I'm a little bit weird in that way, and that I really want a certain type of edition. A lot of readers out there are like, just give me the content, and I respect that as well. So, this is a book about The Old Lion, a novel of Theodore Roosevelt, and that's Jeff Shara's latest. Yeah, I'm gonna read the synopsis real quick.
Do it. He's my second favorite president.
Yes, you really love.
I love Theodore Roosevelt.
Who's your first?
Lincoln.
That has to be Lincoln. Of course it is on this channel. So, okay, so it says here, and I think how we're going to do the giveaway is just put in the comments that you're interested. I'm going to take all the people that have, chimed in with "I'm interested," and I'm going to put you all, I can't speak. I'm going to put you all in a random name generator.
Just name drop me, and I'll pick you right away.
Just send her a check.
No, don't do that.
No, I'm just kidding.
But I think, to your point, I think it's because you have made the decision. You made the decision several years ago to swap out several editions that you had for better editions. So when we were talking about this before we started recording, I said this would be wonderful. I've seen comments on various shows, various episodes, where people have said, Peggy, what books would you recommend to start? How do I start my library? Where do I begin? And I don't think that this is a book you would begin with, but I think for the neophyte collector,
yes, absolutely,
this would be a wonderful grab.
This would be a wonderful grab. This would be a wonderful way to start your library, especially your historical fiction library. Even if you were just interested in checking out Jeff Shara's writing, this could be a great place to start. And if you're a Teddy Roosevelt fan, so
tell me what it's about.
All right, so let's dive right in here. From the mid-19th century to the early 20th century, from the waning days of the rugged frontier of a young country to the emergence of a modern industrial nation exerting its power on the world stage, Theodore Roosevelt embodied both the myth and reality of the country he loved and led. So, acclaimed best-selling novelist Jeff Shara brings to life one of the most consequential figures in U.S. history, from his earliest days as a sickly child with debilitating asthma.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, okay.
Present.
Yes. To the vigorous man who lived as powerfully as he did enthusiastically. from his upbringing in the rarefied air of New York society of the 19th century to his time in the rough and tumble world of the Badlands in the Dakotas, from his rise from political obscurity to Assistant Secretary of the Navy, from national hero as the leader of the Rough Riders in the
Right.
Spanish-American War,
Yep.
to his accidental rise to the presidency itself. Roosevelt embodied the complex, often contradictory image of America itself. So Shara tells the story of the man who both defined and created the modern United States, peeling back the many layered history of the man and the country he personified. And there is our author, good old Jeff Shara. He's a real nice guy.
Like,
He's a super nice guy. He will write back to anyone who writes him on his website. He does. He wrote me back one time.
he said, please don't write again.
No, but I just said I read your book. I loved his book on the Korean War. It's called The Frozen Hours. I have that
Oh,
in a
yeah,
first
yeah.
edition hardcover, and I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
There was a Battle of Chosun Reservoir was really featured in that book, The Frozen Hours, and I told him how much I loved it, and I said, "What else are you working on?" And so it's so neat because he wrote me back, and he's just like,
Very
"I'm
cool.
thinking about writing about the, I'm trying to work out this Cuban Missile, trying to turn that into a novel, but it might not happen." He said it was difficult to try to
So you
turn
think he
that
went
in.
to this
I
instead?
think he did. I think
Very cool.
this one, and then there's one before it. He's really been cranking them out lately.
What was the one before?
Uh, I knew you were going to ask that, and I'm not prepared.
Oh, you
Oh,
asked me on the show.
no, I know what it is. He's written two books on World War II. One was Pearl Harbor, To Wake the Giant, and
Mm.
then his last one before this was The Eagle's Claw, which was on the Battle of Midway, which I haven't read yet.
Interesting.
And I'm really
Okay.
excited to read those two. So now he's switching gears and heading back into 19th century and then early
Gilded
20th
Age.
century. Yeah, the Gilded Age. So
Mm.
we are giving away the Old Lion book club edition, just so you know, here on this channel.
You could do so many fictional novels about Theodore Roosevelt. I mean, he lived many lives.
He did, didn't he?
He really did. Amazing man. I didn't always agree with him, but I had
Hmm.
no idea he was such an environmentalist and
Yes,
his
yes.
love of national parks.
Oh yeah, he was an
And
outdoorsman.
he was a huntsman, but he loved the land. He loved this country.
He did.
And the death of his first wife was always very
Mhm.
interesting. That he never said her name again. Like he said it one time in his diary. That's it. That's it. That's all he ever said.
It it's very telling,
What an interesting guy.
interesting.
I kind of think
It really messed him up.
I'm gonna make a bizarre comparison.
Okay.
I don't know. This is half baked because it's in my head. I do think you can make it an analogy, if you, or parallel perhaps, between Theodore Roosevelt and Donald Trump. In terms of, it's like a, what's that series, Black Mirror?
Yeah.
Is that it?
Black Mirror.
Like Donald Trump's kind of the Black Mirror version of Theodore Roosevelt. You could kind of paint that.
Like the populist who kind
Well,
of,
rich family, rich kid coming up, dad never gave him enough hugs, moving forward, and then the various careers that he kind of, and the various societies that they, and courts that they played within,
yeah.
and now literally a court that he's playing within. But I love Roosevelt. I had no idea about him.
Wow, we're going to learn some more.
Yeah.
Now we're going to move to the other book that I got from my history book club. I had seen a few people raving about this on social media, whether on Twitter or somewhere else, but just seeing other people reading it, or probably Instagram, I was like, yes, I need to get this. So I picked up The Rough Rider and the Professor, Theodore Roosevelt, Henry Cabot Lodge, and the Friendship That Changed American History by Lawrence Jerdam. This is put out by Pegasus Books. This has been out for a little bit now. Sorry for the glare. We're losing the light. It's becoming dark so much earlier now.
And
And now I
as
don't.
soon as the sun sets in Colorado, like as soon as the sun just goes down, dips down to below a certain level,
Yeah,
it's lights out. It's very quick.
it's
It's
very
not
quick.
like at home where you would have a sunset that would last
Yes,
considerably longer.
that's right.
So,
Sorry, we're getting this. They've got Roxy and Daisy are.
assholes.
They are not
They are. They
assholes.
are. And you don't even want to know what
Hey,
Boomer was trying to do to Daisy before we hit record.
He's
It's
been
been that
fixed,
day,
but he
dude.
still thinks he's the
He's not
man.
fixed. He's broken.
All
He's still broken. Anyway,
right, so I picked up The Rough Rider and the Professor. Um, so it says here,
yeah,
I think you'll enjoy this.
yeah,
Theodore Roosevelt was a uniquely gifted figure. While Roosevelt employed his abilities to rise from unknown New York legislator to become the youngest man ever, I
yeah,
didn't know that, to assume the presidency in 1901,
yeah.
that rapid success would not have occurred without the assistance of the powerful New Englander Henry Cabot Lodge. Isn't that fascinating? 8 years older than Roosevelt, from a prominent Massachusetts family, Lodge was one of the most calculating, combative politicians of his age. From 1884 to 1919, Lodge and Roosevelt encouraged one another to mine the greatness that lay within each of them. As both men climbed the ladders of power, Lodge, focused on dominating the political landscape of Massachusetts, served as the future president's confidant and mentor, advising him on political strategy while helping him obtain positions in government that would eventually lead to the White House.
Hmm.
Did you know about Lodge?
Not so much, and I have questions, but I might
Take
take
them
them off the air.
offline.
Yeah. Was Lodge straight?
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe someone in the audience might chime in
Because you
later.
have the Cabot Lodge. It's a group of Republican gays.
No, no, no. Oh, Log Cabin
Log
Republicans.
cabin. Okay.
You got that. No.
See,
That's
listen, we're just
radically
gonna
different. Log Cabin
log cabin.
Republicans.
Listen, it's a lodge. It's a cabin. I've been
Cabin
watching.
Lodge
I've been
Republican.
watching a lot of My Self-Reliance.
Oh, yeah, the great channel.
There are lodges and cabins all over. And
Yeah,
Friday the 13th. I mean, there's a lot of
yeah.
lodges and cabins in those.
Let's see what we find out.
I'm sorry,
This
that was
tell.
brain fart. I
No, that is
apologize.
okay.
You
It's
don't know much about him, though.
tame.
I tell you this.
Here, despite the love and respect that existed between the two men, the relationship eventually came under strain. Following Roosevelt's ascension to the presidency, TR's desire to expand the social safety net clashed with his older friend's more conservative, partisan point of view. Those tensions finally culminated in 1912. They're play fighting behind us right
They are
now.
not play fighting. Boomer is not play fighting.
Doing the Daisy
He has designs on her.
in X-rated designs.
Things that will get you banned from YouTube
Right.
designs.
Lodge's refusal to support the former president's independent bid for a third presidential term led to a political breakup that was only repaired by each man's distaste for the policies of Woodrow Wilson. Well, we all have distaste for the policy of Woodrow Wilson.
I appreciate the fact that he created the League of Nations. Daisy's clearing out my earwax so I'm smarter and I learn more things. Thank you, Daisy. Come on.
She's throwing our focus off. Her moving black behind here. Well, look at
She
this.
can't help the tushy.
Come on,
She went
baby.
for a walk today. She can't help the tushy. Anyway,
Okay. And now Roxy's whimpering because she wants to see her. Anyway, so that's interesting. Despite their political disagreements, Roosevelt and Lodge remained devoted friends until the Rough Rider took his final breath on January 6th, 1919. And that's usually the day of, well, it is the day of Epiphany, isn't it? It's January 6th.
sure. That's when you take down the Christmas tree.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Um,
So I was really happy to get this, and I've seen people reading it and really loving it. So,
cool. I could see how Roosevelt would have been a tough nut to be in the same room as. He probably sucked the oxygen out of every room.
yeah, he must have sucked the oxygen out.
I wonder if, as a young man, people were like, "Fine, I'll vote for you. Fine, shut up, shut up. I don't want to see your teeth anymore."
His teeth were quite scary. Every time I see that, I'm just like, oh.
But he really did embrace that, bravado of early America,
He
19th
did.
century.
He did. He really embraced being that guy, being that macho dude that's just like, I love the outdoors. I like to hunt, but I love animals, and I love preserving the, these natural, landmarks of beauty that we just need to keep pristine. And so, no, yeah, Theodore Roosevelt was great for that, for sure.
He was macho, but I think he was also trying to prove to himself, like, that he could beat, like, the stories of how sick he was and the exercises that he would put himself through.
Oh my
He was
gosh.
relentless and he was punishing on his own body. And I think that he wanted to see what would defeat him. And he went to great lengths to he went down the Was it down the Amazon with Kermit? Was it Kermit
Kermit,
or
and
Quentin?
I think it was Kermit, and they had quite the. He
And
got really sick.
Kermit didn't want to go,
Mm-hmm.
but he has to live up to the old man. I mean, again, that's another Trump analogy right there
Mm-hmm.
that I draw. Anyway, what a guy though! What a character!
Yeah.
I think I'd invite him to dinner, and then I'd kick him out 5 minutes later.
No, you wouldn't. I
Yes, I
think you'd
would.
really
I'd
like
be
him.
like, "Look out there," and then I'd lock the door.
This is true.
Yeah, probably.
I'm getting washed out again.
Oh, don't get washed out.
Let's do with this light. Okay, so the next book I picked up, I'm really excited about. Here's a guy
Yeah.
that was a hell of a man. And I think the country got robbed by his premature death
Yeah.
at the hands of an insane assassin. I've read about him, and here's the most recent biography, which there haven't been a lot of biographies. There was a brilliant book by Candace Millard called The Destiny of the Republic, which was about him. But here is a brand new biography.
I didn't know he looked like that.
Yes, President Garfield.
How to rock a comb over, guys.
Right, from radical to
Just
unifier.
a little bit here, and then this. It's like a Princess Leia.
Yes, well, let's take some. Take a look at some more pictures. By C.W. Goodyear. Okay, let's get that.
Beautiful eyes.
Yeah, he was quite the. I think he was.
Good beard.
I think he was handsome, and the story of his marriage was something. It was just fascinating, and in the end, very heartwarming. I'll explain to you later. It's just a beautiful thing. They kind of refell in love all over again. They kind of were. They had some strain in their marriage, and then he fell in love with her like deeper than he ever did when he, and then they just it was a beautiful love story, and then he was taken far too soon.
Through ineptitude, which
Oh God,
makes me
medical
crazy.
ineptitude.
Yeah.
Yes, medical. He didn't have to die.
And he died
He
in
died lingering and
agonizing death.
agonizing.
Yeah.
The guy is. I
Unbelievable.
hope he's.
Horrible.
Yes, I hope he's
In peace.
got a crown in heaven for what he had to suffer. Okay, so in this magisterial biography, C.W. Goodyear charts the life and times of one of the most remarkable Americans ever to become president. Progressive firebrand and conservative compromiser, Union war hero and founder of the first Department of Education, Supreme Court attorney and abolitionist preacher. Yes.
But we're not done.
And we're not, because he was known as a, what's the word for someone who knows a lot about everything? He was a,
Smartass.
no, okay, that's not the word I was looking for.
Person you don't invite to
A
lunch or
polymath.
dinner.
A polymath. Okay, mathematician and canal worker, crooked election fixer and clean government champion, the last president to be born in a log cabin, the second,
Not a Cabot lodge.
no, not a Cabot Lodge, but a log cabin. And the last president to be born in a log cabin, and the second to be assassinated. James Abram Garfield was all these things and more. Over nearly 2 decades in Congress during a polarized era, Reconstruction and the Gilded Age, Garfield served as a determined but good-natured compromiser in a Republican Party and in an America increasingly defined by divisions. Well, geez, doesn't that sound like today?
Yeah.
He was elected president to overcome them. He was killed while still trying to do so.
Yeah.
President Garfield is the story of an impoverished boy working his way from the frontier to the presidency, a progressive statesman struggling to build a more righteous republic out of the ashes of the Civil War, the tragically imperfect course of Reconstruction, and the man himself, a martyr president whose murder shocked his America into practicing cleaner, calmer politics.
We've heard the story before, haven't we?
We have. Let me see if I can find a really good portrait of him in here. Aw. His wife was named Lucretia.
Lucretia Borgia.
And there, look at these two down here.
He's got good hair.
He was a big guy compared to
Yeah.
her. She was like a little, but look at his eyes. They're just like light blue, and you can tell that they just looked through people. They were like razor. Look
He
at
looked
that.
very intense.
An intense dude, and just loved him. Everything I read about him, he was just a good Christian man, and not like a hypocritical one. You know, like says everything but then does another. He walked the walk in addition to talking the talk, and he lived out a very Christian end to his life for sure. Just I love this man. So President Garfield, from radical to unifier, C.W. Goodyear,
And he
very
liked lasagna too.
good year. And he liked lasagna. We don't know if that's true. Okay.
He hated normal, but he loved lasagna.
So then we got a couple of books on like ancient. We're going back into medieval history maybe, and then with this one, but I'm kind of keen on it. This is from Basic Books. Oh, I should have said the Garfield was put out by Simon and Schuster.
Mm.
So we've got by a book by Martin Rady. It's called The Middle. The dogs always have something to say.
They can't help themselves.
So I picked up this nice big honker of a book. This is The Middle Kingdoms, and finally no glare on the cover. The Middle Kingdoms, A New History of Central Europe by Martin Rady. And I really love the cover. Look at that. It's a great painting.
Mm-hmm.
Some great artwork there. Basic Books. Nice big, chunkster. I love chunksters.
I know. I've broken many toes.
She's broken her toes on my chunksters. I do love you. She's so sweet and she's so kind to me.
I got nothing. Send all jokes and comments.
Well, we've got this and two more. So I'll just ramble on into this one. So Central Europe has long been a contested space where empires clashed and world wars began. But these disputed lands, stretching from present-day Germany and Switzerland to Poland and Ukraine, have always been more than just a battleground between West and East. Even as Central Europe's kingdoms warred with foreign invaders and with one another, the region developed its own cohesive politics, society, and culture.
Mm-hmm.
A distinctive identity crucial to understanding the trials that confront Europe today. Okay. In the Middle Kingdoms, historian Martin Rady offers the definitive history of Central Europe in all its precariousness, turbulence, and creativity. Mm-hmm. In the Middle Ages, the region was distinguished by its assemblies of noblemen, its self-governing cities, and its strong village communities. In the centuries that followed, Central Europeans launched the Reformation and Romanticism, championed the Renaissance and the Enlightenment, fused the modern bureaucratic state with the politics of nationalism, and gave the world the symphony, expressionist cinema, and absurdist literature. Isn't that interesting?
That's nice.
So it says, drawing on a lifetime of research and scholarship, the Middle Kingdoms tells the captivating story of 2,000 years of Central Europe's history and its enduring significance. So
I would say the person who wrote this skimmed it.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Well, writing dust jacket copy it's kind of like a book review without the criticism.
But it's not. I mean, this doesn't even really tell you. I mean, it does, but it doesn't.
It's giving you just an overview. I mean, it's not really telling you everything in there, but I mean, he's going over 2,000 years of history. So the book itself, including endnotes, index, it's 600 pages. It's fairly. If it was slimmer, I'd be like, this is not going to give you 2,000 years of history.
You get it, 5-page
cliff notes.
Yeah, and it's just like, Switzerland's nice, very pretty.
Switzerland's nice. You too. Okay, so then I was really excited about this because of all the like ancient people. Well, obviously, I love reading about the Romans, the Greeks, and all this kind of stuff and ancient history like that. I've always been intrigued by these people because they were so warlike. They were the most. It was a completely like Middle Eastern warfare state. Period.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a history on Assyria. Yeah, this is Assyria. The Rise and Fall of the World's First Empire by Eckhart Fromm.
I like it. Eckhart. I like that name.
I like Eckhart too. And this is another Basic Books selection. Very nice cover, I think, too. I love their they have a very distinct, what do you call it? Like not sculpture, but these were like friezes.
Mm-hmm. And
you can tell by the beard, the
very
Assyrians.
Distinctive look.
Yes, for sure. All right, so at its height in 660 BC, the kingdom of Assyria stretched from the Mediterranean Sea to the Persian Gulf. It was the first empire the world had ever seen. Did you know that?
No, Peggy, I didn't.
Wow.
I did not.
You can see Roxy. Someone spun that chair around, by the way, guys. I don't actually face the wall.
They
And
are
I
just.
don't make Martine face the
If
wall.
anybody wants four dogs, just let us know.
They
My
just
God. It's not Blair Witch. I don't have to face the wall. It's
no,
not the final scene.
no.
Okay.
In Assyria, historian Eckhart Fromm tells the epic story of this empire and its profound influence in global history. Assyria originated as a minor city-state in present-day Iraq. Much of its growth was fueled by greed and an insatiable hunger for war. Very true. Epitomized in the words of one of its kings: "Before me, cities. Behind me, ruins."
Yikes, dude.
Down, dog.
Put that on your LinkedIn profile and
Put
see who
that on a
calls.
bumper sticker. Before me, cities. Behind me, ruins. Yet violence was not all that defined Assyria. New research has shed light on other aspects of this ancient civilization. Assyria's vast libraries. I did not know about that.
Mm,
And monumental sculptures. Its
mhm.
elaborate trade and information networks. The crucial role played by Assyrian royal women. Hello.
That's
And
nice.
yeah, and the impact. Is she chewing my sock?
I haven't.
And the impact of plagues and climate change on the empire's
Mm.
fortunes. Although crushed by rising powers in the late 7th century BC, the Assyrian Empire launched a long tradition of multi ethnic conqueror states, and its legacy endured from the Babylonian and Persian empires to Rome and beyond.
Very cool.
So, this is going to be a really good, fun, not a fun, it's going to be a fun read for me.
That'll be a very interesting read.
It will. We've got some, archaeological color photos of what they're working on
Hmm.
here. Oh, great. Some pictures of like the statuary that they have found.
Very cool.
Yeah, isn't it cool?
Yeah,
Um, oh, look at
that's
this.
very
Ooh,
interesting though that they combined a warring mentality with literacy and
yeah.
presumably education
And artwork
and
that
artwork,
takes intelligence.
hmm
Obviously, you're not just,
creativity. So
Mhm.
they balanced both sides.
Right.
Yeah.
Look at this beautiful. This is a golden crown of the Assyrian queen Hama, wife of Shalmaneser IV. Look at the craftsmanship. This was done
What is that done
in
in?
like the 8th century BC. Look at this crown, you guys. Right here.
I don't know. The Celts were doing it earlier. They were doing it better. I'm kidding. Kidding. But
So we
it's
have Assyria.
amazing. It's amazing the jewelry that the fineness of the jewelry that they've been able to find out
Oh,
of
yeah.
them.
Okay, well,
That looks very cool.
doesn't it?
Yeah, I feel sorry for the lion. That's okay.
Oh, I know. He's got that arrow in his head.
He got him right here, dude.
Oh, it's getting so dark so early.
That's okay.
Okay, so last book that my selection. I should say I've got two more that I want to get that I have credits for, and one of them is on the Emperor Justinian, which is perfect timing
Mm.
because books that Peggy is reading right now, which Martine will probably comment on. She's like, "Are they really expecting you to
No,
read
I
this
already
entire?"
have. Wait a second. I already have. You already heard about my joke
What?
on the middle one. The
Oh,
I'm like,
oh no, this one here.
yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah, no. So I saw it and I'm like,
Oh,
that's Harry and Meghan's religion. Why? Bunch of whiners. Wisem. Why?
oh
And
my.
I was just shaking like you from South Park. That's all I was going to say.
Right.
So I made my joke there.
Yeah, I'm reviewing this for World Historical
Wow.
Encyclopedia.
Privacy tour. World privacy tour.
If I send a review in based on off of
South
South,
Park. I dare you.
it'd be interesting.
I triple dog dare
But
you. It'll be the most different review they'll have gotten.
yeah. Well, I'm reading this massive book right now from Oxford. It's an advanced copy, so there's no artwork or anything. But this is
Yeah, man. Look at this.
New Roman Empire: History of Byzantium,
Yeah.
and it's great. It just would take you half a year
That's
if
a
you
hell of
were.
a textbook.
But Justinian is obviously in here.
No, wait, go back to the book.
Okay.
So I saw this for the first time and my eyes are getting worse, and I didn't have my glasses on. I'm like, Anthony Kiedis, wait, what? I'm always misseeing titles.
She's funny. No, no, not Anthony Kiedis. Anyway, but that is not the finished book. In fact, I think that book just came out
Mm.
November 1st. So, and I don't have a finished copy, but I still have to get my review in by the end of the month for that. So we're working on it. Um, so anyway, I do have a couple more I will be getting from History Book Club. You like that?
No,
You don't like?
once is okay.
Okay.
Twice is
So
cheese.
it twice as cheese. All right. So this
Cheese.
final book, I just love reading these big, like surveys, religious surveys or of religion, and this just looked like a beautiful book, and it's well blurbed. Um, from United Kingdom has yeah, all the reviewers over there have really weighed in on this book. It's supposed to be
Mm,
fantastic, and so I picked up Christendom, The
mm,
Triumph of a Religion, AD 300 to 1300 by Peter Heather,
mm.
and this is put out by Knopf Publishing. But you know what? You can't really notice the artwork in this light. Now you can. Okay, it's a
Oh,
very
that's pretty.
beautiful
Yeah.
color. It's very rich colors in this
Mm-hmm.
painting, oil
Yes.
painting. So I got this big book on
Mm-hmm.
Christendom, guys. Now they're saying that this is a major reinterpretation,
Mm.
okay, of the religious superstate that came to define both Europe and Christianity itself by one of our foremost medieval historians. She's licking on her arm. She's
I
like, "Let
have
me
no
go." She
idea.
just wants you to let her go.
Put me up. Take me down. Put me up.
Yeah.
Take me down.
So in the 4th century AD, a new faith grew out of Palestine, overwhelming the paganism of Rome and resoundingly defeating a host of other rival belief systems. Almost 1,000 years later, all of Europe was controlled by Christian rulers, and the religion, ingrained within culture and society, exercised a monolithic hold over its population. But how did a small sect of isolated and intensely committed congregations become a mass movement centrally directed from Rome? As Peter Heather shows in this illuminating new history, there was nothing inevitable about Christendom's rise and eventual dominance. And that's what people forget with history. Everyone
Mm-hmm.
just thinks all these things that happened were inevitable.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of these things hinged on just, it could have gone either way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sliding doors.
Right, sliding doors. From Constantine the Great's pivotal conversion to Christianity to the crisis that followed the collapse of the Roman Empire in the West,
Mm-hmm.
which left the religion teetering on the edge of extinction, to the astonishing revolution of the 11th century and beyond, out of which the papacy, or papacy, emerged. As the head of a vast international corporation, Heather traces Christendom's chameleon like capacity. Oh,
Oh
God, that
God.
is Goldie
That's
coughing.
Goldie.
Okay. Traces Christendom's chameleon-like capacity for self-reinvention, as it not only defined a fledgling religion but transformed it into an institution that wielded effective authority across virtually all of the disparate peoples of medieval Europe. It's filled with new insights. This is an unparalleled history of early Christianity. So yes, these were my recent selections, and I was checking my videos, guys. I thought I had done. I can't believe how fast time has flown by, because I could have sworn that it was only a couple months ago that I did a feature on my latest history book club selections. You want to know how long it's been?
57 years.
7 months, honey.
Oh my
See,
God.
I haven't even bought any or got any books from them in 7 months. I've been doing well.
Yes, that you wouldn't know it though.
You wouldn't know
With
it.
our new postal people have hernias already. Like
Yeah.
every delivery person's like, I hate you.
Ah, I
We've
know.
already jammed up one of the mailboxes. It should just be called Peggy's mailbox in
Yeah.
the group mailbox.
Yeah. What?
Box
Right.
E. Box
Mm-hmm.
E is
There we go.
just
Mm-hmm.
broken. It's been broken several times, and we've had to go out and open it up, and it's like crammed full of stuff.
No, but it's kind of like the postal person's fault, because
Oh,
they're cramming it in so that you can't open it. So hello,
it's their fault.
it's their fault.
Yeah.
So that's my stack, you guys,
Cool.
of History Book Club selections. Look at those guys, right?
Woo!
We got Daisy.
Actually,
What
look at
we
that
put in there?
color. Look at that color scheme. Very nice.
I like it.
Oh, it's just dropping.
Okay.
Nice.
Wait. Oh, I should get. Okay, we're gonna take a picture like this. That's gonna be our thumbnail, because you're gonna help me with it. Can I put it down? I
Sure.
can't take a picture while we're recording.
Yeah.
Um, I apologize for my washed out
Hey.
my washed out lighting. I don't now it's dark out, and I don't know what lights to do to get
And we're all falling to pieces over here.
going to
Hope you're doing
pieces.
well.
Um, yes, and then also remember giving away this book club edition novel
Yep.
from Jeff Shaw, The Old Line. Just save down below, enter me into the giveaway. I'll probably cut it off after about a week.
2 minutes. First in. Boom.
Tell you what, I think on Sunday night I'm gonna cut off comments for this book, and then so whoever has gotten their stuff in by Sunday night, you know, give or take, whatever, I'll enter you guys into the random name generator, swapper, whatever
Yeah.
name picker.
It looks like an interesting book. I mean, you
Doesn't
kind
it?
of, you can't, it's very hard to be boring about Theodore Roosevelt.
Yes. And I'd love to see how he fictionalizes that his first wife and losing her,
I mean,
you
his
know?
life reads like an adventure book as is. You don't have to get too fictionalized.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, I wonder how a politician like him would play today. He'd just be way too loud, way too big, way too brash.
Wait a
Maybe that
minute, no, we got
maybe that would be appealing to people. This is my point,
well,
right?
too loud, too brash. That would be Trump, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The difference is the thing I loved most about Roosevelt is how much he read every day.
Yeah, he was
The
a
amount
reader.
of books that he read in his lifetime is insane. Insane.
Yeah, we need more
And now you've
presidents that
got
read.
presidents who like their talking points and bullet points, their updates and bullet points, and not full sentences. We don't need to go there. Like I said,
And not
darker
just presidents,
nightmare.
most of the population in this
Yep.
country,
Mhm.
except for booktube. You're all readers,
Yeah,
and
man.
you love to read and learn and educate yourselves. But don't let me go there.
Uh huh.
There's a
Yeah.
lot of ignorant people in America
So ignorant. A lot of ignorance in the world
that
these
don't
days.
know history, don't know history past 10
And
years
don't
ago,
know what they're saying.
and don't know what they're saying, but yet
From the river to the sea, suck it. You're not thinking about what you're saying when you're saying that.
read some history, know what you're saying.
Yep.
Okay. Well, on that note,
Whee! Are you glad I'm back? Bet you're
yeah,
not.
baby.
Bet you're not. Okay.
No, they are. And if you're not, I don't care. Just kidding.
She likes me. That's all I'm
I
going for.
do.
And Daisy likes me, apparently.
Yes.
You know.
All the dogs do. All
But
right.
now
Well,
they're just jumping on
the
Goldie, who's asleep. So that's
well,
lovely. So we got
the
to go.
dogs are confused by the fact that it's 5:15 and it's dark out, and they're thinking it's
It's
dinner time.
6:15. They've gone for a walk today. Mind blown. And
Yeah.
they haven't been fed.
Okay. Now they're walking around. So we're gonna call that quits for right now. Oh, we have not forgotten, and we are not forgetting
Yeah.
this at Bertram's Hotel. We're gonna try to get a wrap up for you by this weekend. And
I think
yeah,
the wrap up actually will be underwhelming after the delay. And so I
but
do
maybe we
apologize
maybe
for
we
that.
can make it fun though. Maybe we can have some fun with the
We'll
adaptation.
talk about drywall. It'll be great.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But we'll get back on track, guys, and we're still doing it.
Yeah. We're so close to finishing.
So close. Okay.
But
Thanks.
I
Woo.
hope everybody's doing okay because these are troubling times.
These are troubling times,
I
and
guess, the thing with these books is it reminds me, and I hate to quote BSG, I hate to quote Battlestar Galactica, but this has all happened before. I know it feels like end times right now, it feels like dark times, but this really all has happened before. And these are great reminders.
it has.
We make things difficult for ourselves as a planet.
As human beings.
Yeah.
Um, but anyway,
Hmm.
I guess we'll leave it there. I could say so much more, but we're trying to keep this a. I think we're all coming to BookTube to kind of escape the news, and it's
We watched Paddington 2 last night.
that's how
Paddington 2 is tonight. And I was regaling Peggy with all things Paddington.
it. Yeah, and can I just say, I know we're. Hey, this is a chatty video. We're gonna keep it that way. Can I say that it was kind of jarring because we have our room set up so that I have a reading chair next to the bed,
Mm,
and so you
mm.
can watch TV in our nice big king size bed. But as I'm
But the
watching
dogs take up.
Paddington, I'm having to read about because this is another book I'm reviewing. I'm gonna have a writer review next week, but I'm reading about Abdel
Nasser.
Nasser.
Yeah,
Yeah,
good times.
uh,
Let's talk about
So
that.
I'm watching
A man who
Paddington.
could have done with a good marmalade sandwich. I think that would have
Oh,
improved his outlook on
this
life.
guy just caused a lot of, yeah, but what a messed up, there's a lot of history here. It's very complicated. Okay, so and yeah, and then I'm also assigned this book, so I'm like, oh,
Wah,
this is like way too heavy. All of this, I
wah.
don't want to be reading this right now, but I am reading it, and I will give it my objective review.
Yeah, you do. You always do.
I always do. So, on that note, Paddington, yay,
Paddington, marmalade, yay.
yay, and thanks for joining us, and thanks for joining me for this review of my
You're
history
welcome.
books.
I was supposed to do work while you were doing this,
And
so
said,
I'm out.
come sit with me because I think people miss you.
Well, let's put paid to that right now.
Gosh. And let us know if you're the one of the 5 people that loves the Marple a Month series. Comment below how
Tell
much
us why.
this delay has ruined your lives. No, I'm just
No.
kidding. No one cares. I know.
They're like, oh, thank God, we don't have to watch these two idiots. Anyway,
I know, but just know that we haven't forgotten you and we're on it.
yeah,
We're not giving up on it. It's just life got in the
life
way.
got life.
Life got life. All right, guys.
What's that saying? Before me,
The
something
Assyrian,
behind me ruined. That's pretty much our lives right now. So, it's all good.
as the Assyrian king said, before me cities,
Before me, book reviews and
behind
YouTube
me
episodes. Behind me, lapse
ruin.
deadlines and ruins.
Yes, nervous breakdowns, eczema,
Good
um,
times. Cold sores that attack
stress,
your face.
exhaustion.
Yeah.
It
Not
happens.
winning the lottery. Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, on that happy note, thanks for joining us here at the History Shelf. We'll be back again soon. So take care of yourselves out there and be
Yeah.
safe
Take care of yourselves, guys.
and be kind.
Yes. You are the most kind community I have found on the internet.
Yes, this is
And
the kindest.
so I'm sorry to stick my finger in things every now and then, but seriously, you
Yeah,
guys are great.
yeah, you are. All right.
Woo!
Until next time. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.